Let's set the stage. It's 2009, and after years of jamming as friends, three rock titans, Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters, John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin, and Josh Homme of Queens of the Stone Age, joined forces to form one of the most celebrated supergroups in music history. Recorded in Los Angeles, with Grohl and Homme, or Homme, depending on where you are in the world, co-producing alongside Alan Moulder, the trio unleashed their only studio album, Them Crooked Vultures. This self-titled debut hit number 12 in the Billboard 200, sold over 500,000 copies worldwide, and snagged a Grammy for Best Hard Rock Performance with the single New Fang. This is a supergroup firing on all cylinders, proving experience and chemistry can create something immortal. Welcome to Album Archive, where we dive into the top albums of all time as voted on by fans of the Music Rewind podcast. I'm your host, Steve Epley, and today we're cashing in the rock pedigree with number 282, Them Crooked Vultures. Released in November 2009, the 66-minute debut from this supergroup delivered a gritty, riff-heavy masterpiece. With tracks like New Fang and Dead End Friends, it's a sonic punch that blends Queens of the Stone Age's Slink, Foo Fighters' Drive, and Led Zeppelin's Heft. So grab your shades, hit the open road, and let's dive into the raw, electrifying world of Them Crooked Vultures. This album represents the perfect moment in time for rock music. It's the mid-2000s. The seeds for Them Crooked Vultures were planted when Josh Homme and Dave Grohl started jamming together during downtime from their respective bands. Their friendship, built on mutual admiration and a shared love for heavy, groove-driven rock, sparked informal sessions where riffs and ideas flowed freely. Enter John Paul Jones, Led Zeppelin's legendary bassist and multi-instrumentalist, who connected with Homme through mutual friends and joined their jams around 2008. The trio's chemistry was instant, blending Homme's desert rock swagger, Grohl's relentless energy, and Jones's classic rock gravitas. At a particularly electric session, they decided to formalize their collaboration, bringing in guitarist Alain Johans for extra texture and hitting the studio in LA. Fueled by desire to create something raw and unfiltered, they crafted this riff-heavy beast that captured lightning in a bottle for one amazing album. Why is Them Crooked Vultures so special? It's the perfect storm of raw power, groove, and swagger. Homme's sly vocals and slithering riffs meet Grohl's thunderous drums and Jones's seismic bass lines, crafting a sound that's both primal and polished. The album comes out swinging with three monster tracks. No One Loves Me and Neither Do I, a slow-burning bluesy banger with a riff that could level mountains. Then comes Mind Eraser, No Chaser, a high-octane rocker with a snarky edge and a chorus that sticks like glue. Followed by New Fang, a gritty, infectious anthem with Grohl's pounding beat and Homme's desert-cool delivery, a track that screams rock and roll revival. New Fang was born from a late-night jam, with Homme improvising lyrics about betrayal, and the band allegedly recorded it in one take to capture its raw energy. It hit number 14 on the Billboard Rock Songs charts and became a festival favorite. Then there's Dead End Friends, a propulsive beast with Jones's funky bass anchoring Homme's jagged guitar. Elephants is a sprawling 7-minute epic, shifting from sludgy grooves to frenetic chaos. And Spinning in Daffodils closes with a hypnotic, almost cinematic vibe, Jones's keys adding to a Zeppelin-esque grandeur. production is tight, raw enough to feel live, yet slick enough for radio. The tracklist is relentless and littered with hidden gems. Scumbag Blues channels Cream with its bluesy swagger and signature Jones flourishes. Bandoliers is a melodic gem with Homme's croon shining over a slinky groove. And Reptile slithers with psychedelic menace, its intricate rhythms showcasing Dave Grohl's drumming prowess. At 66 minutes, Them Crooked Vultures is a hefty ride, but every track earns its place, blending muscle and finesse. The trio's chemistry makes this more than just a supergroup gimmick. Thematically, Them Crooked Vultures is about grit, betrayal, and raw energy. However, it is just three guys that want to rock. Songs like No One Loves Me and Mind Eraser drip with sardonic wit, while Warsaw or The First Breath You Take After You Give Up explores darker existential vibes. Recorded during the peak of indie rock and the garage rock revival, the album stood out with its unapologetic heaviness. Too raw for mainstream radio, too polished for the underground, with that heavy nod to 70s hard rock. It's like Led Zeppelin meets Queens of the Stone Age with a dash of Foo Fighters urgency, because that's exactly what it is. Let's put 2009 in context. The Black Keys and Arctic Monkeys were heating up the rock scene, while pop was dominated by Lady Gaga and Kanye West. Them Crooked Vultures stormed onto the scene, hitting number 8 in the UK and launching a world tour that sold out venues like Coachella. Critics raved. Rolling Stone called it a molten riff-stacked beast. Its influence lives on in bands like Royal Blood, who echo its blend of groove and aggression. Why does Them Crooked Vultures endure? First, the star power. Homme, Grohl, and Jones are a dream team, each bringing their A-game. Second, the songs. Every track is a riff-driven gut punch with hooks that linger. Third, its vibe. It's an album that feels like a late-night desert drive, wild and untamed. The cover art, with a vulture clutching a guitar in a stark neon red glow, captures its predatory cool. For me, Them Crooked Vultures is just cranking the stereo, feeling them rumble, and reveling in rock's raw power. It's one supergroup that delivered the goods. So the logical question, is there going to be another album? Well, as of this recording in 2025, who knows? All three members have busy schedules with their own bands. However, they did reunite for some live shows in tribute to the late Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins. They've all stated they'd love to record again, but the schedules just aren't there. To quote Dave Grohl, "If those guys call and say it's time to go, then I'm going to go because that's the band. That's the band I want to be the drummer forever." Well said, Dave. Well said. If you haven't spun Them Crooked Vultures lately, do it now. Blast it on vinyl, crank it in your car, and just stream it loud. It's a journey through riff-heavy swagger and raw rock energy, led by three legends. New to it, brace for a wild ride that'll hook you hard. For me, it's not just a supergroup triumph, it's one of the defining rock albums of the 2000s. That's it for this edition of Album Archives. If you enjoyed it, share it with a friend or leave a review wherever you listen. Next up is number 281, Bad by Michael Jackson. Check out the top albums list on musicrewindpodcast.com to see where we're at and where we're headed. For now, I'm Steve Epley, and as I always say, listen to the full album. Until next time.
A podcast from the Sidereal Media Group. Back to you, anchors.